El Nido, officially the municipality of El Nido, is a first-class municipality in the province of Palawan, Philippines. According to the 2015 census, it has a population of 41,606 people. It is about 420 kilometers or 260 miles southwest of Manila and about 238 kilometers or 148 miles northeast of Puerto Princesa, which is Palawan's capital. A managed resource-protected area, it is known for its white sand beaches, coral reefs, limestone cliffs, and as the gateway to the Bacuit archipelago. El Nido is currently ranked as number 4 in Condé Nast Traveler's list of 20 most beautiful beaches in the world. CNN Go has called it the best beach and island destination in the Philippines for its extraordinary natural splendor and ecosystem. Situated in Bacuit Bay, El Nido, covering a land area of 465.1 square kilometers or 179.6 square miles in the northernmost tip of mainland Palawan, is bordered by the Linapakan Strait in the north, the Sulu Sea in the east, and the South China Sea in the west. It is composed of 45 islands and islets. Each has its own unique geological formations. The highest peak is at Cadlaw Island, towering up to 640 meters or 2,100 feet above sea level. Together with Sulu Archipelago, Sabah, and South China Sea, El Nido, being part of Palawan, is located in the tectonically active and seismically active Sunda Plate, a plate that is entirely separate from the Philippine Mobile Belt, to which the rest of the Philippines belongs. The Permian to Paleogene rocks and limestone cliffs of El Nido are similar to those that can be found in Halong Bay in Vietnam, Guilin in China, as well as Krabi in Thailand, all of which are part of the Sunda Plate. El Nido is politically subdivided into 18 barangays, 4 of which are situated in the poblacion or town proper and are also known by their respective zones. El Nido has been inhabited by humans as early as 2680 BC, or even up to 22,000 years ago. This was confirmed by the fossils and burial sites dating back to the late Neolithic age that can be found in many caves and excavation sites surrounding the municipality, particularly in Devil Valley's Eel Cave in New Ibahay. Chinese traders had been regularly visiting the area of Palawan for its edible birds' nests during the Song Dynasty, which was 960 to 1279. The island was mentioned in Chinese records of 1225. Chao Juqua, a trade commissioner of the port of Chuan, wrote about the island Palawan or Land of Beautiful Harbors in his book Chua Fan Chi. The town traces its roots from a small Tagbanwa village called Talindak. Sometime in the 16th century, waves of migrants from Cuyo Islands came here to settle. In the 1800s, the Spaniards arrived and they moved to the part where the present-day Poblacion and Mabini are located. The first Spanish families were the Canovas, Vasquez, Rios, and Rey. In 1890, the Spaniards renamed it as Bacuit. At the time, the center of the town was Cabigsing, then known as Inventario. Chinese families moved into the area about the same period, first setting in Langeb-Langiban. During the Spanish colonization of the Philippines, the town was under the jurisdiction of the municipality of Taytay, which was the capital of the former province of Calamianes from 1818 and the province of Castilla, the area of what is now known as Northern Palawan from 1858. It remained part of Taytay until 1916, when it formally became an independent municipality. The new municipality was then known as Bacuit. On June 17, 1954, Republic Act No. 1140 was approved, changing the name of the town from Bacuit to its present name El Nido, after the edible nests of swiftlets found in the crevices of its limestone cliffs. These nests, Nido in Spanish, the main ingredient for the gourmet Nido soup, are being sold at approximately $3,000 per kilogram. Because El Nido was quite remote from most of the inhabited islands in the Philippines, its pristine beauty was hidden to the world until 1979, when a sea accident happened in Bacuit Bay. As the story goes, a tuna line disabled a dive boat's propeller in the middle of the night, forcing it to drop anchor in an inlet. The following morning, the divers woke up to an amazing scenery of skyscraping dark cliffs, thick green forest, white sand beach, sparkling water, and rising above it, a series of magnificently sculpted jade islands. In 1983, a dive station was established in Minilok Island by a group of divers who were on board the dive boat MV Via Mare. In the same year, major tourism commenced in El Nido when the 10 Knots Development Corporation, a Filipino-Japanese joint venture company, opened a divers resort on Minilok Island and an airstrip at Villa Libertad on the mainland. In 1992, the company set up a second resort on Pangasinan Island, and in 1998, the third and largest 10 Knots resort on Lagan Island. The opening of the third resort coincided with the destruction of the Pangasinan resort by fire. During this period, several other tourism establishments were developed paving the way for tourism to become a thriving economic sector. El Nido is a showcase of the Philippines' geological and biological diversity. In recognition of the importance of its unique ecosystem, the Philippine government made the entire area of El Nido first to a turtle sanctuary in 1984, then to a marine reserve park in 1991, and finally in 1998 to that of a managed resource protected area. In April 2019, a bill dividing Palawan into 3 provinces was passed into law after the bill was signed by the President. The 3 new provinces are Palawan del Norte, Palawan Oriental, and Palawan del Sur. A plebiscite will be held in May 2020 to decide on whether Palawan will be divided into 3 provinces or not. Some civil society groups opposed the proposed division, claiming that there was no extensive public consultation, which was later proven as consultations and a study were only made in a single town, El Nido. Additionally, reports have confirmed that China's Shanghai Electric Corporation has been tapped by the government to overtake Palawan's electric industry once the province has been divided in 2020. The proposed electric base of the Chinese corporation will be at El Nido town near the West Philippine Sea, which China has claimed as its integral territory. The municipality seal shows a silhouette of the territory of El Nido inside an armor-shaped picture. The famous marble and limestone cliffs represent the nesting ground of the swiftlets. Behind it is the oil rig representing the areas within its administrative boundaries that are found to be rich in oil and natural gas, such as the Malampaya Sound, which is 50 kilometers within its borders, and the Cadlaw oil field in Bacuit Bay area. In 1984, the then Ministry of Natural Resources issued the administrative order establishing a 360 square kilometers or 140 square miles maritime area in El Nido as a turtle sanctuary. In 1991, the rest of the Bacuit Bay, including its island and islets, was proclaimed by the Philippine government as a marine reserve. The so-called El Nido Taytay Managed Resource Protected Area is the largest marine sanctuary in the entire Philippines. The protected area status accords the areas of El Nido and portions of its neighboring town of Taytay, a place among the 8 priority sites in the country in need of conservation. El Nido, being one of the most diverse ecosystem in the country, is protected for its unique flora and fauna and pristine geologic formations. These include limestone cliffs, the home of the swiftlets, 50 white sand beaches, 5 types of forest, the lowland evergreen rainforests found in the mainland and islands, semi-deciduous forests, forests over limestone, beech forests, and the mangrove forests found mostly around major rivers and creeks in the mainland. 3 major marine habitats, 16 endemic and 10 threatened species of birds, including the Palawan hornbill, the Palawan shama, the Palawan teat, Palawan scaps owl, and the Palawan peacock pheasant. 6 species of marine mammals endemic to Palawan, including dolphins and its native dugong, the Palawan tree shrew, the Palawan stink badger, the Palawan spine rat, the Palawan anthiater, and the northern Palawan tree squirrel. 4 species of marine endangered turtles, 100 species of corals, 45 of which belongs to the genera of hard corals, 813 species of fish. The current in El Nido differ from very slight to moderate depending on tidal conditions. Divers and snorkelers can swim back to the boat without difficulty since currents are usually very manageable. Main industries of El Nido are fishing, agriculture, and tourism, being a popular diving location. Edible nest gathering is also an economic activity, although it is seasonal. From the towering marble cliffs and enchanting lagoons to its 100 wide sandy beaches, lush jungle and mangrove forest, prehistoric caves and waterfalls, El Nido is one of the top tourist destinations in Palawan, which is often referred to as the Philippines' last frontier. In November to December 2007 issue of the National Geographic Travelers magazine, Palawan was chosen as one of the best travel destinations in the world, and particularly it recommended El Nido and the Calamianes Islands. For the transportation, El Nido can be reached by plane going to the Leo Airport, which is the primary and sole airport serving the town of El Nido. The main roads of El Nido are organized around a set of radial and circumferential roads that radiate and circle in and around the town proper and its rural barangays. Its interconnected roads are connected to the major highway that leads to Puerto Princesa, Palawan's capital. Daily buses and jeepneys depart at San Jose Terminal in Puerto Princesa for El Nido. Tricycles are used for short-distance trips around the town proper. Additionally, the plebiscite, which I have mentioned earlier, was cancelled due to the pandemic.